Have you ever wondered what artificial sweeteners do to your body? Artificial sweeteners, those ubiquitous additives that promise the sweetness of sugar without its calories, have become a common part of our everyday diet. They're found in a multitude of products we consume daily, from diet sodas and sugar-free gums to a variety of diet and zero-calorie offerings. But what exactly are these sweeteners and why are they so popular? Artificial sweeteners are chemical or natural compounds that offer the sweetness of sugar without its associated calories. They're not a recent innovation, but have been part of our food chain for well over a century. These sweeteners can be hundreds, sometimes thousands of times sweeter than sugar, a characteristic that makes them incredibly effective at satisfying our sweet tooth while adding virtually no calories to our diet. Their calorie-free nature has made artificial sweeteners a popular choice among those looking to lose weight or control their sugar intake. In a world increasingly conscious of health and wellness, these sweeteners offer an enticing proposition. The pleasure of sweetness without the guilt or health concerns associated with sugar. But it's not just in diet products that we find artificial sweeteners. They've also found their way into a multitude of other foods and beverages, often taking the place of sugar in products marketed as sugar-free. From toothpaste to yogurt, from cereal to fruit juice, artificial sweeteners have infiltrated our food chain, becoming an almost inescapable part of our daily consumption. Yet, despite their prevalence and popularity, there's a shroud of mystery that surrounds artificial sweeteners. While they promise the joy of sweetness without the drawbacks of sugar, the question remains, what happens when these sweeteners enter our bodies? It's a question that's been the subject of much debate and research, and so we find ourselves at the heart of a sweet mystery, one that involves our health, our diet, and the choices we make every day. But what happens once these sweeteners enter our bodies? Let's delve deeper. The first place these sweeteners interact with is our gut. Delving into the world of artificial sweeteners, we find ourselves in the terrain of our gut, a bustling hub of trillions of microbes known as the gut microbiota. It's a complex ecosystem that plays a crucial role in our overall health, from digestion to immune function. Artificial sweeteners, those little packets of zero-calorie promise, are not as innocent as they appear. They may not contribute to your daily calorie intake, but they do interact with your gut, and not always in a beneficial way. How so, you wonder? Let's break it down. You see, our gut is a bit like a garden, a delicate balance of different microbial species. When we introduce artificial sweeteners into this environment, it's a bit like introducing an invasive species into a delicate ecosystem. The sweeteners can change the balance of our gut microbiota, disrupting this finely tuned system. Now, you might think, well, I can handle a bit of disruption, but here's the rub. This disruption can lead to digestive issues. We're talking about bloating, gas, and even irritable bowel syndrome. Yes, that zero-calorie sweetener in your morning coffee could be causing that uncomfortable bloating you experience later in the day. Moreover, some studies suggest that certain artificial sweeteners can inhibit the growth of beneficial bacteria in our gut. These are the good guys, the ones that help us digest food, produce vitamins, and protect us from harmful pathogens. When their numbers dwindle, it can open the door to a host of health issues. But let's not paint all artificial sweeteners with the same brush. Different types can have different effects on our gut health. Some might be more disruptive than others, and individual reactions can also vary. It's a complex issue requiring more research for a clearer understanding. So while they might not be packing on the calories, they might be causing discomfort in other ways. Remember, when it comes to health, it's not just about the calories, it's about the overall impact on our bodies, including the bustling hub of microbes in our gut. Now, what about your cravings? Do these zero-calorie sweeteners help you control them? Artificial sweeteners, in a bid to offer sweetness minus the calories, have become a common additive in various diet products. However, they might be playing a trick on your taste buds and your brain. Let's delve into how they might actually be fueling your cravings rather than curbing them. First off, artificial sweeteners are, by design, much sweeter than sugar. For instance, aspartame is around 200 times sweeter than sugar, while sucralose is a staggering 600 times sweeter. This intense sweetness can trigger your brain's reward system more strongly than regular sugar. As a result, you might find yourself craving sweet foods more often, not less. Furthermore, these sweeteners can cause a greater insulin response. When you consume something sweet, your body expects calories and sugar to follow. So it releases insulin, a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels. But with artificial sweeteners, there's no actual sugar for the insulin to process. This can lead to an insulin spike, followed by a blood sugar drop, which can make you feel hungry. What happens next? You reach out for food to satisfy this hunger, which can often lead to overeating. This cycle of craving, insulin spiking, and overeating can potentially lead to weight gain over time. So, the very products you're consuming to help manage your weight might ironically be sabotaging your efforts. Moreover, regular consumption of these sweeteners can also alter your taste preferences, making naturally sweet foods like fruits less appealing. This can further contribute to an unhealthy diet dominated by artificially sweetened foods and drinks. So while it might seem like these zero-calorie sweeteners are helping you dodge the sugar bullet, they might just be leading you down a different, potentially harmful path. It seems like these sweeteners might be doing more harm than good when it comes to managing cravings. And what about the metabolic effects of these artificial sweeteners? This is where our journey takes a rather unexpected twist. You see, many folks reach for these sugar substitutes with the hope of shedding a few pounds or keeping their weight in check. But here's the irony. Regular consumption of artificial sweeteners might be doing quite the opposite. Yes, you heard right. These sweeteners, known for their zero-calorie allure, may actually lead to negative metabolic effects. To understand this, let's take a quick journey into the world of metabolism, the process by which your body converts what you eat and drink into energy. Now, when you consume artificial sweeteners, your body gets tricked. It tastes the sweetness and expects sugar, but when it doesn't get the calories it was bracing for, it gets confused. This can lead to an increase in ghrelin, the hunger hormone, making you feel hungry and causing you to eat more. Additionally, these sweeteners can cause an insulin spike. Insulin is the hormone that regulates your blood sugar levels. When you consume something sweet, your body responds by releasing insulin to help process the sugar. However, with artificial sweeteners, there's no sugar to process, leading to an overabundance of insulin in your bloodstream. Over time, this can lead to insulin resistance, a precursor to type 2 diabetes. So you see, these sweeteners that are often marketed as diet-friendly might not be so friendly after all. They could be leading to increased hunger, higher calorie intake, and an increased risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Not quite the picture of health we were led to believe, is it? In conclusion, while it may seem counterintuitive, these zero-calorie sweeteners could be contributing to weight gain and other health issues rather than helping you maintain or lose weight. So while they're marketed as a healthy alternative, the metabolic effects tell a different story. So, what's the final verdict on artificial sweeteners? We've journeyed through the murky waters of artificial sweeteners, unraveling the hidden truths behind those low-calorie promises. Let's recap what we've learned. Artificial sweeteners, those stealthy ingredients lurking in diet sodas, sugar-free gums, and a host of diet products, are not as innocent as they seem. Among their most insidious effects is the disruption of gut health. They meddle with the trillions of beneficial microbes residing in our gut, our body's own microscopic army that helps with digestion and immunity. But the story doesn't end there. These sweeteners, in their sly imitation of sugar, also have a knack for increasing cravings for sweet foods. It's a devious cycle, really. You consume them thinking you're cutting down on sugar, only to find your sweet tooth more demanding than ever. And let's not forget the metabolic effects. Regular consumption of artificial sweeteners may cause negative metabolic changes, potentially leading to weight gain and an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes, quite the opposite of what those diet products promise. So, where do we go from here? Well, there are alternatives. Natural sweeteners like stevia and honey can be a safer bet, but remember, moderation is key. These still contain calories and can affect your blood sugar levels. The best course of action might be to reduce our overall sugar intake. Easier said than done, of course, but small steps can make a big difference. Switching out a sugary drink for water, opting for fruit instead of a dessert, or even cutting down the amount of sugar in your recipes can all contribute to a healthier lifestyle. In the end, it's about making informed choices. Understanding what goes into our bodies and the potential effects is the first step towards better health. Remember, just because it's labeled sugar-free doesn't always mean it's the healthier choice.